Welcome to the first word.
Hello.
Finally, it is time to start our long journey through RWBY Volume 6.
Lovely.
Good times. I'm going to say that this is definitely my favorite season opener since Season 2, and might be my favorite overall.
This viewing experience was a tiny bit spoiled for me. Barring that, it was pretty enjoyable.
Oh, what?
Well, it was my roommates being in the room.
Had they already seen it?
No.
Oh.
Joe's
making fun of the animation style the entire time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, so ruined for you. Got you.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Yeah. Barring that,
how's it
though.
feel
It's
about the
okay.
internet in your house?
She can't put color on anything, so I mean it's fine. That's the reason she doesn't like it. It's not in black and white.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway. But really, the fucking animation was great, though. It looked so good.
Yeah,
it was so pretty. And especially the background moving along the train track, that was really beautiful and blended in well, and there was a great sense of motion and presence and everything. The fucking fight scenes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, that moment between Ruby and Crow, and they're both like coming towards
Yeah.
that was fucking sweet.
That was good. I got cold chills whenever I saw his scythe come out, and then it shows her scythe. I'm like, do it, chop him in half.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping like that they wouldn't be exactly in line with each other, and like one would go up a little bit, so you'd see like a bit of grim meat just go. But alas,
Atlas.
Still a great.
On our way.
Still a great moment.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yep.
That might have been my favorite moment in the episode.
This felt like an extended intro sequence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the focus was on just settlements, and there wasn't a ton of dialogue for it being as long of an episode.
Yeah.
And it got me fucking hyped about the next episode. The only thing we were really given as far as plot, I think, was the introduction of that one lady at the end.
Yeah,
her name is Maria something. It's in the credits. Yeah.
robot-eyed Katara.
Yeah, she looks cool.
Yeah, there's rumor that she used to have silver eyes.
Well, we do know something about her, but I don't know if I should say. She is deaf and blind, according to the preview that came out today on for next week's episode on RWBY Rewind.
Right on.
Yeah.
Why does she have the robot eyes then?
Because that's probably how she sees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I thought you meant with the robot eyes. She's deaf and blind. I'm like, what are those there for then? It seems like a waste.
Does she have robot ears?
They kind of like come around her head.
Yeah.
It's possible that they may have like a port.
sensory thing. Yeah.
I didn't like the way that she just walked off the train like that. I was still not a fan of it.
I did. It felt very just, I don't know what you'd expect out of an old lady in anime to me. Just oblivious to the fact that the train just went off the tracks, which makes sense since she's deaf and everything. It's endearing. It's endearing to me. It doesn't really rub me either way, but I don't know. I like it well enough. It's not my favorite part of the episode, but it doesn't really hit me too hard.
Sun was my favorite part of this of the intro of this of all this.
Yeah,
He was pretty cool.
He was great. He was perfect. I go where I'm needed.
Oh, that fucking... There are a couple scenes in this episode where there was so much emotion in Blake's ears.
Yeah.
Like the sun scene.
The Yang scene, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because she still feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't really had any time together since.
I hope that that's not like an ongoing theme again, because that's just always an ongoing theme with Blake. Always.
Feeling guilt?
Always.
Well,
yeah,
that's
like
just who she is.
Yeah.
But-
She bears it heavily, every time.
And it
develop the character.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
She was
But
taking more of a
there's
leadership
still-
role.
there's still like her guilt and things with Yang that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
Right. She couldn't just be like, "Sup, Yang? I know I got your arm cut off. How you doing, bro?"
I got your arm cut off and bailed on you for like a year.
Yeah.
But how you been?
Yeah. So she's like walking on eggshells and like trying to do things for Yang, trying to make it seem like, hey, I do give a shit.
Yeah.
And Yang's like, I get it. We're all together. We're Team RWBY.
Yeah.
It's not gonna end.
It's cool, bro. Just
Yeah.
stop.
Right.
And hopefully it ends there.
It's like Yang getting emotional. That's the struggle that those characters have to overcome,
Yeah.
and that's
They're both gonna have to kill Adam together.
yeah. I hope so.
That'd be cool.
It's probably how that's gonna go down.
It's fucking Adam. So, all right, the White Fang.
Mm-hmm.
Is it disbanded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because their leader
Yeah.
ran away. Like they bailed. He bailed on them.
Well, he came back and just murdered everybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm guessing that
Yeah.
means.
Oh,
Were
they-
those the faction leaders that he was killing in the throne room?
No, I think those are just random people, or like random White Fang members. Cause,
Right.
Because it sounded like as soon as the intro started, like they were confronting him about it, and that's
Yeah.
why he attacked them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Because like Blake's dad started his own club, like completely separated.
Right.
The Good Fang.
So
Hop on the Good Fang.
we'll
That's a good band name.
the good thing.
Mhm.
So we'll likely get some solo Adam losing his mind over the course of this season. And speaking of characters losing their minds, we're going to get into the intro. Let's see. We have the hooded figure, who's probably Cinder. Although if there's one shot for just a brief moment, you see a bowler hat with a red stripe flying by her head. Yeah.
I still think it's Cinder.
Oh yeah, the woman in that's absolutely Cinder. It's just a couple scenes later you see her stretchy arm go out. But I think we're also probably going to get Neo back in this season because Torchwick is confirmed dead, but Neo is confirmed just MIA, and she'll be back at some point, which would be cool. I'd like to see more variety in the villains and everything, and not make it so binary, of good and evil. Put some people against both sides that have their own motivations and everything.
That'd be cool to see. Because there must be people caught in the middle of all this.
Right.
Didn't Neo just like disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She got knocked off the plane at the end of season 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like we've not seen anything. Like she was not dead. She was just like.
Yeah. She fell. She still had her umbrella, I believe. So she probably just Mary Poppins her way back to the ground and walked off.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she didn't really have any real affiliation with not Cinder, but with
Salem.
Salem.
Yeah.
She was just
Torchwick's
yeah, she was
main
Torchwick's right hand.
His
Mute.
bottom bitch.
Yes. That.
What? You don't think? Come on.
I don't know why she still has the bowler cap. How'd she get the bowler cap?
It's really easy to loot corpses. I don't know if you noticed.
She
Not
got-
when they're inside of a Grim that is gone.
That's true.
Do you think the bowler hat actually stayed on his head the entire time? Like.
I think as he was being
Digested?
the bullet
Did Grim
had
digest, or
remained.
does it just like materialize, dematerialize?
What's the difference?
Because it takes a minute to digest.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. I was thinking just anything that goes inside of them just kind of like burns away.
Yeah.
They don't poop. We've never seen Grim poo.
They could not poo and still digest things.
Maybe they're like owls.
And
Yeah,
Ozpin.
they like to, wow.
They it up into pellets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ozpin, I love you. You're great. You're one of my favorite characters. I love that guy. But for the love of God, omissions are still lies.
Yeah. It's like, well, I didn't think it was relevant. It's
Well,
clearly relevant.
I mean, it should have been kind of assumed, I feel like. I feel like that they're kind of stupid in not assuming that they're going to be getting attacked since they have this one thing that Salem super wanted,
Right.
and she controls the Grimm.
Right.
You're kind of fucking stupid if you don't actually understand that the Grimm are going to be after you.
Well, even Crow was surprised.
He
surprised
did.
by
He's
it.
stupid too.
Well, I mean, to be fair, have we encountered like an object that will attract Grimm yet?
Right.
I don't think so.
No, but either way, it's not the fact of even just the object. It's Salem controls the Grimm.
Right.
Salem wants
Right.
that.
Yeah.
That's a key item that she needs and controls these things that are going to be attacking them. Of course.
Right, but it's different if it attracts them than her just searching for it with the Grimm.
I mean, it
Because
might.
then they have to know where
It might
they
be a
are.
both side kind of thing.
No,
Yeah.
he clearly says that it attracts the Grimm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's different than Salem just using the Grimm to search for it.
I wonder why it attracts the Grimm. There might be like a bigger like thing to it as to why it attracts the Grimm.
Maybe it is tied into some darker power that the
Yeah.
relic holds.
Magnetism, which we'll be talking about in the first week's episode of Does It Science, coming soon. But no, it's probably just a good evil thing. It's magic. The whole point of magic, what makes something magic in any fiction, is there's no explanation for it. Like if something can be explained, it's not magic. Magic just is. It's just how it works. So it's probably just the Grimm are attracted to it because Oz made them and Salem made the Grimm and they're opposed to each other. So blah 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 blah. Magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Although-
Pushing down on me, pushing down on you.
No, man. That's well.
Although
Magic.
hopefully this means we get a lot of fun and different Grimm fights this season. If they're going to be constantly having to
surprised.
fight them off.
Yeah, I was surprised they blew their load on the whole Manicore thing so soon.
I don't feel like that's the head of the whole Manicore thing, man.
Oh no, but I mean, I'm just saying
I
like
feel like we're gonna get bigger ones.
they were like revealed a new Grimm and we were all excited about it,
Yeah.
and then they used it in the first episode. So I think they have a lot more up their sleeve.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Man,
I was just going to say, like, speaking of sleeves and Grimm, what the hell was that, like, 100-arm thing that grabs Crow in the intro sequence,
yeah.
and that RWBY is fighting off in the next shot. After we get a close-up of Maria's goggles and then zoom in on RWBY's eyes, which they're smart. They're not going to tease that and it not have something to do with it. So I think that finally we're going to get Silver Eyes some explanation on this volume.
I feel like, I mean, if that woman is the silver-eyed, who used to have silver eyes, she's gonna be Ruby's teacher.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I was watching Volume 5 last night with the commentary from Miles and Carrie, and there was supposed to be another character in Volume 5, a new character, and a plot line that, quote, a lot of fans were really, really excited about and wanted to hear, but there wasn't time to fit it into Volume 5, so I had to push it back to another season, possibly very soon, according to Carrie. So I think that might be what that is, because people have been clamoring for a long time about getting some explanation on that, and also just getting some more development for RWBY. And one theory I've seen that seems interesting and plausible is with RWBY being an allusion to Red Riding Hood. It's possible that she might be some kind of grandmother / wolf figure, where she, possibly lures RWBY in but she's trying to take her eyes or something like that.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ugh. I mean, in the new opening trailer, she's at that like squad little thing that they got going on at the very end of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So she's obviously on their side.
Yeah.
For now.
For now. Which there's so much
For now.
in that.
For now.
There's so much in that shot to me. Like Ruby and Weiss's body language and everything says so much in that last frame of everybody standing up against whatever they are. And
Oh yeah, they're gonna go through some shit.
they're gonna go through some shit.
Yeah.
Make the last of it all Ruby injured and getting picked up by Weiss. Man, there's this neat little theory that's going down about Adam, that he's gonna have Salem turn him into like a full-fledged like super groom, some kind of thing. Because I know that Blake is like Beauty and Beast like personified, but Adam's kind of become the Beast half of it all, where she is the Beauty of it all. It's separated.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like and he's getting driven down to madness, and I feel like that's going to end up happening.
I feel like Salem is very pragmatic, and for a force of pure evil, she's a good boss, but she does not, and she's pretty forgiving of failure as long as it's not a matter of hubris. As long as it's not a matter of putting your own wants in front of her own. And the fact that Adam failed at Haven makes me feel like and it's the same thing with Cinder too, if Adam or Cinder ever step foot in front of Salem again, or if she ever finds them, I feel like they're going to have the same fate as Leo.
I don't think Adam's met Salem. I think he's only directly worked with Hazel and Cinder.
But even so, he worked for Salem. He knew that because he referenced their master when he talked to him, so he knew they were working for someone above them. And I don't think that Salem is going to be in the mood after they failed at Beacon. I don't think Salem's going to be in the mood, not Beacon, Haven, to give Adam any kind of magical powers, if she even can.
It might be a punishment.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It might be like he wants this he wants something, he wants power or something, and she's like, "Oh, I'll give you power," and turns him into this giant beast.
You're not going to be able to think anymore.
Yeah, just basically turns him into a mindless
slave.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, if you just make Adam mindless and just...
I think that I don't think we'll get that anytime soon. I think we'll get like a lot more conflicts with him as himself.
I don't know.
Before that happens.
I feel
if
like
that does happen.
I feel like he's like getting driven down to being that, and I feel like that could happen in this season.
I think he'll have one more failure before that goes down, or one more victory.
I feel like the next time Yang and Blake see him, that's gonna be the last time we get him.
And hopefully they kill him then. But if you take away, I mean, you can strip his personality and just make him deranged and everything, but if you just turn him into just a drone, basically, then it doesn't mean anything when Blake and Yang kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
But if Blake and Yang kill him anyway,
I mean, that's the point.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they will have overcome the trauma that he caused.
No, but they need to do that before. Like, that needs to be the finale or whatever of their joint character arc of getting over that whole thing, is taking down Adam is the culmination of all that. If they kill him before they've dealt with their personal issues, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But afterwards, that's all he was really there for, like, is to serve that story. So once that's done, I don't really think Adam's really necessary. He's kind of like Torchwick in the first 3 volumes. I love Torchwick, but no, he wouldn't have made any sense in the last 2 volumes that we've had. Like, he's too small scale, and I feel like Adam is getting too small scale for the world at this point.
I think that's why we were searching for a way to power him up, because without White Fang and without him, like being able to physically overcome any of the members of Team RWBY,
He's just a crazy guy with a shotgun sword.
Well, keep in mind, Adam, all of Team RWBY, no.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, how is he going to get them away from one another?
Right.
Pull them into the woods and pick them off one by one.
How's he going to do that alone?
Agamon, Yang would definitely go running into the woods to capture him.
See, yeah, that's why I feel like...
Lose another arm in the process.
But Yang's whole character development was for her to, like...
Calm down.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
her dad said that basically her semblance is just a temper tantrum.
Oh yeah, no, you see it at the end of Volume 5, her, let go of the rage. Like, whenever, Mercury grabs a hold of her robot arm and she's trying to make her way down, you see her with red eyes and you just see her blink and it's blue again.
Perfect.
No, perp, whatever.
Don't ant on the podcast. Don't ant.
Up, and Adamant?
Yeah.
No.
You giving me mixed signals, guys?
See, Ant is colorblind.
He is?
Also, they're violent.
Ants?
No, Yang's eyes.
Oh.
So,
So,
I think we already know everybody's, but favorite moments from this week?
There was a sweet Nora moment.
Why is it always something?
Yeah. Which, somebody talked shit about that line while I was watching it, and that hurt my feelings, because I was like, if you'd seen the other 5 seasons, you'd know why she was saying that, obviously.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have done that.
yeah, no.
Right. We were running out of time also, so... I had thought about walking out of the room, but I also didn't want to be rude to everyone else who was
Nah,
there.
fuck them. You're like, nope.
People want to be rude while you're trying to watch shit. Fuck them.
That's true.
Well, someone kept saying, I think they're trying to watch it, and then, like, they'd just be like, okay, and then be quiet for, like, a minute, and then conversations would start up again, they start screaming. Not screaming, but talking loudly.
I'm sure when you're around Nolan so much, everything sounds like screaming to you.
Because you're quiet. All the time.
Yeah, okay. Not all the time.
Even when you yell, it's kind of like dainty.
That's not true.
No, I'm pretty sure Sun was my favorite moment out of this episode. Sun or the scythe, the dual scythe.
Still sad to school.
Yeah.
Man, I really wish that I really thought that whenever that dude got his arm broken, I thought his
arm was gone.
You're right.
Yeah.
You'd think that shit would have just been. Whoosh.
Right, but they have auras, remember?
I don't feel like that's strong enough to stop that super fast train from.
Why not?
Because
Yeah.
this guy looks like a pansy, and he doesn't look like he has enough
He's
aura for this.
still a professional huntsman.
Yeah.
Did you deepen your voice when you said that?
Yeah. That was, you know.
Get a little bravado in there.
Yeah, that guy was a fucking... They were both punks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. He should have lost that arm.
I hope he is not a graduate of Beacon.
Yeah. Dual scythe. Like, there's so many good moments. Just the train sequence in general. Like, I feel like this is as far as action and intensity, there's some personal things like Yang versus the Bandits last season or Crow versus Tyrion that I probably enjoyed more because I like those kind of smaller story-driven personal fights. But as far as a set piece goes, this is to me the best we've gotten in years. You know, the whole, and like you said, there wasn't much dialogue. There was a lot of strong action and and the pacing was good in the fight too. Like, there wasn't, like, cutaways to characters talking where you lose track of the action. Like, everything kept moving at a strong pace. Really good. Good shit. Predictions for next week?
I mean, obviously, it's going to be centered around Eyeless Wonder, whatever her name is.
Katara.
Yeah, Katara.
Maz Katara.
Yeah. I think we'll get a lot of that. I think we'll get a little bit more of Blake and Yang. Although, I do think keeping that interaction more, like,
Subtle.
is a good move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it, at some point, Yang is going to snap on Blake, and Blake's going to be oblivious. Like, you know, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep trying to help me? I don't know what you're talking about. And then it's just going to erupt into a whole thing of Yang lecturing Blake and Blake apologizing, whatever. Because I can't see Blake being the dominant one in that conversation. That's never been their dynamic with each other.
Although it is possible for Dark Horse people like Blake to, like, you know, get fed up with the situation as it is and espouse something like that. But I think, you know, given the context of what they've been doing, I don't think Blake will be the one to antagonize the situation.
No.
And I think we're going to get the scene from the trailer where everybody is, well, Yang and Weiss are pissed at Ozpin. Blake's got her pimp hand out, and Ruby's just kind of, Ruby looks more hurt than anything. Like, Ruby doesn't look like she's mad, but and I think that almost definitely has to do with the not telling them about the relic and the Grim attraction and all of that.
See, I thought that part would have to do with something that Oscar did, not Ozpin, because Ruby has a softer spot for Oscar than the rest of them do.
I think Ruby has a softer spot for both of them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Ruby just is a soft spot.
Ruby's been around Oscar Pin a lot longer than the other girls have.
Yeah. Oscar been...
Oscar
More
Pin?
of Oscar doing his own thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Like Ozpin taking over.
I feel
Well,
like
they're
that's
kind of merging.
I feel like that was kind of a bit in this episode, was like Oscar, like Ozpin was like, "Shall I?" and Oscar was just like, No. I'm keeping control. This is me.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of here, bro." And it wasn't until like he needed to.
Which, that's another thing in the trailer that's got me really excited. Are not the trailer, the opening sequence. Are the old Ozpins that you see. You see like a sequence of like 4 or 5 different incarnations, and one of them is the floaty guy from the trailer. If you remember in the Volume 6 trailer, there's a guy in a trench coat who's hovering on the ground, and the people like worshiping him or whatever. Yeah. That dude is one of Ozpin's previous incarnations. And
Maybe.
there was that blonde chick at a statue of what is most likely also a previous incarnation of Ozpin.
The statue looked directly like Ozpin.
Yeah, it did.
It had the staff. I mean, yeah, it had his cane. So.
But he's always had the cane.
True.
Yeah.
But I mean, the hair. I'm pretty sure he had those glasses, those stupid circle glasses.
Glasses.
Why are you taking shit on it?
I don't know. I just like shitting on Ozpin.
It's really easy.
Yeah. He's kind of for a guy that's lived so long, he's really fucking dumb still.
I don't know. If
All of
that's-
them are
that
kind
is
of dumb though.
He's kind of like been blinded by his own wisdom, almost. You know?
Yeah.
Because he knows how bad things can go when people know everything. So he's kind of trying to avoid giving away all of the information that he knows is dangerous.
They need to get to Atlas as quick as possible with that relic. If he had told them that it would attract Grimm, they would have gone the long way to avoid people, and he was right. King Ruby would have done that. He made the right choice as far as their mission is concerned to not say anything.
Right.
Now, is it still a liable mission and therefore a betrayal of his promise to Yang? Absolutely. but it makes sense for why he would do that. I feel like everything Ozpin does makes sense and is justified in the context of what he is setting out to accomplish, even if it's morally questionable in the moment.
Say it's logical to somebody who's been alive that long, not really logical to a bunch of teenage girls who you're, you know.
Which is an interesting dynamic that Ozpin is so clearly good, but also morally ambiguous in his choices, while Salem is so clearly evil, but is also, like I said before, not mean. Like, Salem is basically pretty level-headed and pragmatic with her approach to her
Evilness.
I was going to say to her consorts, and also to people in general. You know, Salem acknowledges that the strength of humanity and everything. But
she's good to you till you're not useful anymore.
Right.
Like Leo.
Well, it's not that Leo wasn't useful anymore. It was the fact that Leo was a coward and was trying to run away because he failed at
Both
Haven.
sides.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he already knew that she was going to kill him because he failed.
Yeah.
That's why he was trying to run away.
Well, obviously, yeah.
But
He had no more use. That still runs back to that exact same.
But she wouldn't have killed Leo for just failing at a Haven. I don't think. I don't think that's
I mean,
Salem's...
she had already threatened him at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but
there's a difference between motivation and like consequence.
right.
Because you could tell somebody, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill you,
Yeah.
even if you never thought that was a possibility. Because
No,
he's
I'm
still a
pretty
resource.
sure he knew that was a possibility.
Right. He's still a resource,
Yeah.
regardless of whether or not he's.
I mean, the only thing that he had that she wanted was gone now.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that he could have done
Access to. Yeah. But I mean, there may have been something he was capable of doing.
I
further on.
definitely don't think it would have been as brutal as it was. I don't think she would have killed him in general, but I don't think it definitely would have been as brutal as it was if he had actually gone there to tell her and everything. You know, if he'd actually done what he said he was going to do whenever she confronted him.
Right.
But the fact that he ran away, she killed him for his cowardice.
This is also like the same woman that thought a good therapy session for Cinder to get over Ruby was to have her burn her alive multiple times, and like she's still a sadistic
Oh,
shit.
absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
I 100% believe she still would have killed him for more than just being a coward. Like she's still super evil.
But not like that.
Yeah. It's not like an emotionally driven sadism.
Yeah.
It's like a pragmatism based around her sadistic desires.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I still don't understand how that would save Leo for other than just being a coward. I feel like he still would have been killed. Still would have been like straight ganked by whatever that jellyfish thing was.
Why didn't she kill Tyrion?
Tyrion's still useful.
Eh.
He's still a mindless person who just wants to serve her.
Exactly. That's if he had been
If he remained loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If and regardless of his failure, if Leo had remained loyal to Salem,
and hadn't fleed out of his own fear,
Right.
then she would still have the use for him in being a pawn. If he doesn't even have the courage to submit his will to her,
True.
then
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair.
but the woman, I was trying to get to that. That's another mystery. That was at the statue of Ozpin, the blonde chick. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe a
Past lover.
God, I hope not. But maybe a pre-curse or whatever happened to her, Salem. Or people are saying Summer, but it's not Summer. It doesn't look anything like Summer.
What if it is Salem?
I mean, that's possible. Because I feel like Oz had something to do with her becoming the way that she is.
Ozpin would be the worst person to be in a relationship with. Why don't you take the trash out, Oz? You'll see. There are greater forces at work here. I just couldn't.
But we will be back next week to talk more about RWBY Volume 6. So, sure to tune in for that. And make sure to watch the full Fandom Nonsense podcast every Wednesday. And, of course, if you're watching the podcast, we'll be right back.